This is The Social on talkSPORT 2. I'm with Flex from United View. I'm Olly Clink, John Cena's best mate.
If you stop saying that, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, if you want to see all of my chat with him, by the way, it's on the talkSPORT Instagram. So you can have a quick look. I know you're always across my socials as well. Should we chat about your Manchester United then?
Go on then. Let's see what you want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start again with a bit. I want to go into Rashford in a bit more detail. Let's hear from Ali McCoist, the former Rangers striker, who was talking on talkSPORT Breakfast this morning, and he was talking about whether or not Rashford has actually earned a move to either Bayern or Barca.
Am I the only one that's really surprised at that? Because I'm not sure he did enough at Villa to get himself a move to Bayern Munich, by the way. Have I got this wrong? Am I missing something?
I don't think you have got it wrong. I just feel that they're still buying on potential.
Or buying on
what he's done in the past.
I completely agree.
With maybe more to come, but you're right. Villa, he was all right for me. Right, no better than all right.
I'm with you.
And if that was Ollie Watkins out of the right hump.
Yeah, well, he left him out for a few big games, didn't he?
There we go. There's Alan Brazil alongside Olivia Bazaglo there that you heard in that clip. And it's funny, Brazil mentions potential. How old's Rashford now? It's what, 27?
Yeah, 26, 27.
So, I mean, I completely agree with Ali, I've got to say. I think that he will have done brilliantly to get a move to one of these clubs. And out of interest, you said something quite interesting before the break about brand Rashford. And do you feel that if Barca or Bayern are actually going for this, there's an element to it where they obviously want his services as a player, but that will be a very key part of bringing him to either club?
Yeah, I think this is multifaceted, right? Because Ali's essentially right in terms of you look at the last year that Rashford's had, 18 months, and it's been so bad. It's been a massive struggle for him, Man United, very strained relations. And obviously, it's resulted in him wanting to leave the club and Man United wanting him, them agreeing to go past his new. But I do think on the continent, I think there's a lot of, like how Villa did. They looked at it and thought, he's been there since he was a kid. He needs a change of scenery. If we can give him that change of scenery, there is a player there. I'm saying this is how other teams will perceive it. And yes, it wasn't absolutely out of this world at Villa. But I've spoken to a lot of Villa fans as well, mainly Dan Bardell too, and they have quite glowing references for him. He put it in, he tried. He wasn't a prima donna who didn't want to move and just thought he was bigger and better than anyone. He did work well. It wasn't prime Rashford, it wasn't that, but I just think the big boys like Bayern and Barcelona, you got to remember he's available for 40 million. Now the wages obviously are a big problem,
huge problem.
But for Bayern Munich, they pay huge wages.
Yeah,
they do. And if he's available for 40 million or a loan to have a look, that's what's probably attracting people. It's a loan as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Surely it would be a loan move. I know that Bayern.
No one's going to pay the wages because that is the big gamble. He's been not at the required level for a good few years now, and he's on huge wages. So people will be reluctant to take him on those wages, and he'll obviously, quite rightly so from a player perspective, be reluctant to drop those demands.
Yeah, I guess in that frame of it, and the fact that it would be a loan move, you might as well take a punt. You might as well take a punt.
When he's with better players, and I'm saying this as a United fan, and I don't mean it as in this is why we shouldn't lose Marcus Rashford, he should stay, because I've seen where it goes wrong. But I've also seen moments where it clicks. And where it clicks is when he's confident, he's happy, and the team's playing well. And all of a sudden, you'll see him just popping up. You'll see him taking on people, putting it through their legs. And you go, what? Can't you work on this level of consistency? You know? And I think
do you think if he moves to either Bayern or Barca, which is looking, potentially likely, that he has a good enough season to get into the World Cup squad?
Well, he would have done that if he was at Villa. He's back in England squad already. Yeah. Remember, he's back in it from Villa. He scored 4 goals. So this is what I mean. So even Thomas Tuchel looked at it like, I think it's almost like there's a fan thing and media thing, and then there's a thing within football. And I think the thing within football, from people who work in it and coaches, is that you got to tap into Marcus Rashford. If you can tap into him and get him on board, you've got yourself a player. Take the Man United thing out of it. He needs a reset. He's been there too long. It's strained relations. Get him out of that environment and you can work on him. And I just think that's what Thomas Tuchel thought, because look how quickly he got back in England squad. If he plays for Bayern, he's definitely... Marcus Rashford, I'll say it now, would be on the plane to the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, you are right to point out that he's already been in one of those squads. And actually, if he was at Bayern, who's he linking up with?
That's what I'm saying. He's going to play Harry Kane, Musiala, Kimmich. Mate, he would score goals and he would look all right. And then everyone what we will be saying is, it's Bundesliga though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a good point. But yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. But I mean, they need to get some of these players off their books. How have you judged their transfer window so far? Because as much as they've looked quite busy, and you know, we do still expect Bryan Mbeumo to get over the line and to come into the club. At the moment, with 5 days to go till pre-season, it is still just Cunha through the door.
A lot of work to do. I mean, look, I don't like sensationalism. So we know as fans that the finances aren't good. So you can't expect to be flexing muscles everywhere, excuse the pun. You can't do that. We also know that there's players that are difficult to shift. So we can't spend money frivolously. If we've been told by Sir Jim Ratcliffe that, you know, money's running out, there's no credit card for staff travel, there's no 500 quid bonus for Christmas, there's only fruit in the canteen, we can't expect them to just be going out there and compare ourselves to people operating from a position of strength, because we're not operating from a position of strength. We're in a position of weakness right now because of where we finished, because of the what's going on at the club. So there's a lot of work to do. Cunha is a fantastic signing. I really like it. I think Mbeumo, when he gets here, will be a good signing.
Yeah, but by the way, that's only a cool 120 million odd, by the way, for Sandwiches FC.
Yeah, because we're massive though.
No, but your point there is that you're not in a position of strength. You're dropping 120 million. You're getting targets off other clubs.
Yeah, but our position of weakness is not what other teams is, because we're massive and we're hated, adored, never ignored, right? Because it is different, right? But after that, we need player sales. Like after Mbeumo, God help us, because if Anthony, Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, Malacia, maybe a Højlund and somebody else, you know, if these guys don't leave, Man United are going to struggle to raise funds past Mbeumo. So there's a lot of work to do. I can understand why fans are, you know, worried about the lack of outgoings, you know, and incomings, both, because they both matter. But I do see the other side of it, that Man United are going to struggle to get rid of players.
I just want to ask you too, because obviously Cunha's through the door, they're bringing in Mbeumo, but we understand that the priority then is going to be the new number 9.
Good.
You know, they basically want to completely redo
it's the hardest thing. We couldn't score
three.
goals last year.
I was going to say, are you completely happy with that, considering there are so many other issues?
No, I am.
Goalkeeper, but you're saying no, it doesn't matter. Change that front three completely.
If you look at it from just the statistics, we just couldn't hit barn door. Can't score.
That's why you lost the final.
Can't score. Can't create. Can't score. Like awful. Like hurts your eyes. I want to stick pins in my eyes. Like it's that bad when you're watching us, right? So I understand it. And at the first point of asking, it's telling us what Ruben Amorim thinks. Defensively, you know, we play with 5 defenders now, so we're a little bit better in that department. We don't get run at all the time and carved open because there's just more defenders. So that means there's emphasis on better attackers because you've only got 3. So I don't mind it at all. Goalkeeper, yes, massive issue. Number 9, yes, massive issue. I need another central midfielder personally as well.
So if they only signed another number 9 now?
No, not good enough.
Okay, so...
Absolutely not.
What's the minimum for the rest of the window? For
I want 5. We need 5 minimum.
Yeah. What positions though? So new number 9. Obviously.
So we've got from here?
Yeah.
Or with what we've already got?
With what we've already got.
So it'll be Cunha and Mbeumo.
Yeah.
It's 2 10s, a 9, 3, a central midfielder, 4, a goalkeeper, 5. Now, and if you're asking for sprinkles of what get me another centre back. We just lost 2. Lost Johnny Evans and Lindelof. Yeah. Full back, wing backs. I need something going on there.
Yeah.
I need everything, mate.
Everything. Basically.
I need everything at least once.
New 11.
But obviously, again, this is where we have to, and as United fans, we don't really want to be realistic because we know how much surgery the team needs. So, yeah, they got to get their skates on.
Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out. But just finally on this, what is the minimum right now, do you think, for Ruben Amorim to achieve next season? If let's say he gets those players, let's say he gets the number 9, let's say he gets the goalkeeper, and then the 2 and a midfielder, because they're linked with Fratesi, I think, aren't they, from Inter Milan?
Mate, if we ended up getting like Gyökeres and Boom, like some, mate, could be in the top 4.
You might finish top
1 game a week,
top of the bottom half.
No,
no, I'm joking.
Top 4.
No, but do you think that would
top
be
6
the minimum?
Top 6, I'm saying.
Top 6.
15th to 6th is a big jump.
It is, yeah.
I mean, that's a monumental improvement.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
European football, though?
No European football.
Yeah.
No, that'll be Europa, isn't it?
What?
If we finish 6th.
No, I know. But I'm saying,
with no
I'm saying
European
you
football.
haven't got
That's what
European
I'm
football.
saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone's fresh. All this training time Amarim was talking about, I need time to train it. You got loads of it.
Yeah. They're not back, are they? Man United?
On the way.
On the way.
Might be on the way.
I love it.
I need to see the sign.
We've been it so many times.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.